Hello YouTube and fellow Star Wars collectors. On this episode of Toys Are the Way, we'll be taking a look at a character from the second wave of vintage collection figures for 2024, Princess Leia Organa from A New Hope. As I like to say, collections are built on hope, and at last I can finally check off this character from one of my top 25 most wanted vintage collection figure lists, Princess Leia Organa, a long overdue character who was a huge heavy hitter during some of the previous SWTVC March Madness brackets. This figure is just long overdue, and it's nice to finally see an upgrade for our collections and displays. Additionally, as some of you may know, I really enjoy setting up dioramas and taking pictures of these figures. The A New Hope mains have desperately needed some modern upgrades, so I really look forward to taking pictures of these figures in the future. But with that being said, don't forget to smash a like on this video, become a channel member, or subscribe if you're new, and let's take a closer look at Princess Leia Organa. Taking a look at our vintage style packaging, we have a classic original 96 Kenner card back with the Star Wars Racetrack logo looking absolutely fantastic. We have a blue name pill color with Princess Leia Organa on it, and the Hildebrand logo in the top right corner, which is no longer obstructed by this terrible warning label, which has been relocated down on the racetrack. It's not perfect, but it's much better than what we were seeing before. We have a nice image of Carrie Fisher here looking very fantastic with that Kenner logo down below, and then we have a nice figure here looking fantastic with that bright white dress popping on that blue name pill color. On the back, she is VC 316 in the line, Princess Leia Organa, and we have a small description of the character followed by the Vintage Collection logo down below and additional images of the card back and figure. So it's absolutely wonderful to finally see this one brought into the vintage collection proper, and I really look forward to adding this to my A New Hope carded collection and also just having a proper version of this character added to my displays. Taking a look at Princess Leia out of the packaging, I have just got to admire the level of detail one can achieve at this scale. Hasbro, you have done remarkable work here with the sculpting. Just look at all that detail in her hair. You can see different blades, and then lots of texture in her classic Cinnabon hairstyle. Absolutely phenomenal work here. And then in terms of the likeness on the portrait, this is definitely the best version of Carrie Fisher that we have in this scale. I don't think a single other figure that we have right now kind of competes with this, and yeah, bravo Hasbro, you've done really remarkable work here. So taking a look at her hood, this is the down version, which is really nice the way they've engineered this, so it's just a peg system, and you can take this off and then take the separate accessory, which is her hood, up and simply put it on like so. And I think that was the best route to go, honestly. Like, this looks really good. It would have been very challenging to, find a way to do this with soft goods. And this is one of those occasions that I think this works much better because it's really working with her face portrait and just the level of detail that we got going on here. Taking a look at the articulation, we have some fantastic modern stuff going on here, but we also have a little bit of a hindrance at the same time. So the soft plastic skirt looks really nice. I think it displays fantastically on that card back, and just overall, I think this looks good. It's a very fluid look. The only thing is just, you have brand new legs under here with the new style barbell hips, swivels at the thigh, you got ball jointed knees, but you can't even use them. You got rocker ankles, and to be honest, they barely engage because you can't really get her in a wide stance or anything. And the height of the skirt doesn't move at all because it's sculpted to be, a certain length. So that's a bit of a shame. And Hasbro, I really urge you to get us a soft goods skirt version of this character. It would be quite a shame if she could never sit in the Millennium Falcon or do some dynamic poses. But regardless, still looks pretty good, and I'm kind of curious to see what's going to go on in the future. Taking a look at the upper body articulation, she's got a bit of a crunch here. You can go full 360, which is really nice. She's got ball jointed shoulders, of course, and ball jointed elbows. And actually her elbow goes well past 90, which is really nice to see. So that's fantastic. She unfortunately only has a swivel wrist, which is always a bit of a shame in my opinion. I know they claim that females with smaller wrists, or just characters with smaller wrists in general, they can't get those hinges to work in the factories, and just, it's a bit of a challenge. But I would like to see something moving forward. Whether we're getting a second pair of sculpted hands or something like that would be nice. And something else I was noticing, because I plan to take a lot of photos of this character, is that many times when Carrie Fisher has her arms up in this costume and she's using a blaster or something, her sleeves actually fall down. They drape downward, and that would be a cool version to get with the soft goods skirt if they sculpted different forearms and we were able to maybe mix and match and swap them. Because I did also notice that her arm actually pops out pretty easy, so That's something to consider, Hasbro, if you haven't planned for that, or, that's something I would like to see. Her head has some pretty good articulation as well, and has some pretty good range of motion in general compared to some of our other figures. And yeah, overall, I'm really liking this figure. I just hope we see a soft goods skirt version in the future, just so we're able to do some different poses with this character. And taking a look at her accessories, she comes with 2 different blasters. She comes with her classic pistol from the beginning of the movie, and then a Stormtrooper rifle. This one has no flashlight, which is accurate to what we saw in A New Hope, and then it also has that silver deco hit there, which looks really nice, and I really appreciate when they add that attention to detail there. So her pistol is pretty cool that it's not the same one that we saw with Endor Leia, which is just, very skinny, and it kind of is like a rigid but soft plastic at the same time. So I really appreciate them going the extra mile to at least give us a proper pistol for her. And yeah, once again, she has a trigger finger here, but I really think a hinge wrist is always a nice addition to have with these characters. So yeah, for the most part, very happy with the accessories that she comes with. And of course, as I showed you earlier, she also comes with her hood, which can be swapped out for the down version. She's a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission to Alderan, but really part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. According to Darth Vader, it's quite amazing how quickly time passes, and as Master Yoda says, always in motion the future is. This is certainly true when it comes to action figure sculpting, innovation, and tooling. Princess Leia Organa was last seen in the VOTC line back in 2004, and while that figure was pretty good for the time and held up in our collections, 20 years of innovation have left it in the trash compactor. The all-new from the ground up vintage collection Princess Leia Organa is a testament to the importance of keeping main characters like the A New Hope heroes up to date on our shelf displays. While the figure is simply dazzling in terms of the sculpting, likeness, and attention to detail throughout, the soft plastic skirt really hinders the modern articulation on the lower body, and one would certainly hope that Hasbro has plans to release a proper soft goods version in the near future. I hope you've enjoyed this video and taking a look at this latest addition to our vintage collection shelf displays, Princess Leia Organa from A New Hope. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to smash a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is always greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and may the Force be with you.